I'm about to share my story. It is personal, but I hope it inspires many people. I hope it inspires many people that are struggling to speak up. I want you all to know that there is hope at the end of the tunnel. Like most of the young girls dream of a beautiful and happy ending, I was one of them, fantasizing on how we could make it work. We talked, planned, and promised each other the world. I had promised myself that I would do different and be that role model that everyone wished I was. Fighting so hard to make the marriage work, I made effort to join my ex-husband here in Canada, because life in US as a single mother with a 4-year-old son was so hard at a time. It took me years to figure it out. While in Canada, I realized that I was just dreaming for the past 20 years of our relationship. I was vulnerable, stressed, and overwhelmed. Between immigration proceedings and domestic violence, I could not understand why my body was screaming, "I'm tired." I had to find out what was wrong with me. My physician advised me to try and control my stress levels. It was from all that stress that I lost my second child. I then seek help from Mennonite Center for Newcomers for counseling and realized that I was in an emotional violence relationship. Keep in mind where I come from. A woman is expected to be loyal to the husband by not talking about the discomforts or hard times that one's going through. You're supposed to paint a perfect picture for your marriage regardless. I could not eat or drink anything at home. I was afraid of him. Friends turned against me, calling me ungrateful because to them, I was supposed to be that woman who had to be submissive and loyal. True, I was under pressure. I then got advice to go to a shelter, but could not do it again since I and my son had gone through one at the border of Buffalo, New York, and Canada. I could not imagine putting my son through the same experience again. But at the same time, I was so afraid of my ex-husband's insults, threats, backings, demands, and lies. All I wanted was a mattress and a room to stay with my son so we could leave him. A lovely lady from John Harvard Society counseled me and assured me that going to the shelter would be safe and better environment for me to think of what my next step would be. She was very patient with me, as I could not contain the pain I felt deep in my heart. Moving to the shelter, I could not believe it when my 5-year-old yelled and cried, pleading with me that we should not go back to his dad's place. It's from that day that I realized that my son too was hurting all along. He was my hero. I got stronger every day to fulfill the promise that I told my son that night. Because my son has no status here in Canada, it was hard for me to get some of the service there is. However, I got help from his daycare, his school, and from caseworkers. I continued to work as a healthcare provider, but the demands of leaving the shelter after a specific period of time got high. I love my work. To me, taking care of my clients is inspiring. It gives me strength. It motivates me. There is no way I could stop working because of my personal challenges. I remember my client asked me to share with her what I was going through, but I could not. All I wanted was to make her days better every day with no worries, as she was battling with primary progressive MS. I took care of her with a smile. Some days were so hard that I used to hide in the bathroom and cry my frustrations out. Then went back to her as if nothing happened. My ex-husband assured my family back home that he was going to make me kneel for him and that I would beg for help from him. This got me puzzled because I had no idea what his plan was. I later found out that he wanted to make sure I was deported from Canada. I panicked and searched for legal help, starting from lawyers, a lawyer who was in my refugee case, but she was busy. In the midst of my dilemma, in the morning after I got my client from bed, she held my hand and said, I may be in a wheelchair, but I can help. Please tell me what's going on. Give me a purpose in life. We both cried. It was hard for me to open up. I pleaded with her to stop asking me stuff about my life, as I was afraid of losing my job. She was very persistent and cunning. I lost the strength and told her that I was looking for a lawyer and that I was going through family issues. I added that I did not need her help and that I got it under control. 2 days later, she told me that she had found a pro bono lawyer for me. The truth was, I was so happy to get one. The lawyer helped me deal with my ex-husband's threats. My client's health deteriorated day by day. It was getting hard for me to take care of her as her primary caregiver. She did not want another caregiver to help her because she was worried of contacting COVID-19. In September 2020, I got injured at work, leaving me unable to fulfill my duties. My client asked me to at least come to work, train her husband on how to take care of her, and give her moral support. She often thanked me for giving her the best 3 years of her life. In October 2020, she passed away, leaving me with a gift to continue with my education. I am a student of Royal Roads University because of her. Her light still shines unto today as I pursue my Masters of Arts Leadership Health at Royal Roads University. Thank you for listening.